morning, everyone. It's October the 1st, 2023. Welcome to October. And yesterday was a very busy day, of course, with the Truth and Reconciliation and all the events that were taking place. But today I want to follow up with, I made a couple of mistakes in one of my videos there. And the past one there, at the end I didn't realize I had said welcome to or the events that were going to be for the orange shirt day. I said yellow shirt day. Well, I assure you I'm not colorblind. It was just something that I was thinking about at the same time about the bullying, and something that my grandfather would tell me when I was young, because as a young child myself, I was bullied a great deal. And he always said of the bullies to me, well, the bullies, when they bully you, they have to be the most insecure people around, because this is why they like to bully. They have to make themselves important. So by bullying, they get all the attention that they want. So this sort of helped me understand that it wasn't me that was causing the problem on the bullying. So it was just something I wanted to pass on to you, and this was something that I saw. And of course my grandfather said underneath, they're really chicken, they're really yellow. They don't want to be confronted with the bullying. And this is what happened with Julie's video as well, when she was talking about, well, after a year of being bullied by these two guys, she talked to two officers. And as she said, the officers saw these two guys and recognized them and that. And they saw her finally talking to two police officers. She got so fed up. And they just scurried off. And of course, they haven't been seen hide or hair of, and the officers tried to straighten it out after, although they were in the middle, as she said, of arresting someone at the same time. But this just goes to show how yellow the bullies really are. So it was just something I thought that was coming into my head, and I kind of got the two thoughts mixed up. As well as you noticed, I have with Julie talking about the young girls and how did they defend themselves on the street girls. And again, I had a glitch on my technology, and I thought I posted it correctly, but that didn't come out quite right. Because when I posted it, it came up on my my managed videos, but it didn't come up on my front page, and I don't know what went wrong. So I thought I didn't do it right, so I tried to repost it again. The same thing happened, and then I thought, well, I'll just erase one. And but by that time, obviously, it was going through and people were seeing it, so I was starting to get some hits on it. So I just left it, but I couldn't see my front page. It wasn't coming up, and till about 12 hours later, when I found out that both videos actually went through. So it was just a glitch. And of course, technology is a little bit beyond me, as you know. I'm not that good at technology, but couldn't figure out that one. But so I just wanted to correct a couple of things, explain a couple of things about the bullying, and I have a lot more to say about bullying in the coming days and months ahead, and you'll hear me off and on, and the tragic things that happen with the bullying. And I can understand where the girls are coming from, because having 40 years of domestic abuse behind me too, how do we defend ourselves? And if you look at the organizations and violence against women and that, well, get away from your abuser. Well, where do you go? You end up in the shelters. But the shelters are still not a safe place. So you get ending up being more and more abused at the same time. So this is what I've been posting over the last few months, how this is affecting even those who have been going through domestic violence. Why we can't just put everybody in one kettle of fish here, if you want to put it. And it's really a struggle for them, because the bullies are there. As I said, some of them are coming out of prison. Some of them guys that just don't know what to do with women. There's other things that I haven't even spoken about. Just as an example, human trafficking. And I have some solutions for it. I've been watching some of the YouTube channels from the States, and they have a wonderful foundation down in the States called something to do with the Hope Foundation, and they have this wonderful program where they take girls and young women who have been trafficked by these men and these pimps, if you want to put them that way too. And they've come up with an excellent program. They've combined their program with another program that trains these sniffer dogs, and now they're training the dogs too for sniffing out electronics, which is really good. So what they have is running a very wonderful program. They started this up combined their efforts in 2017, and the people training the dogs had problems. Well, where do we do our training with the dogs? And they came up with a solution that, well, the residents where these women are, why not give them a puppy so that they can socialize the puppy, they can look after the puppy, so it's not just themselves that they have to learn to look after because of all the programs running in where this Hope Foundation is themselves. But since it was a large property where the Hope Foundation was, the dogs came into this because they built a facility they called a barn right beside them, and where they actually trained the dogs on the grounds. They actually helped the women, show them how to go through the puppies, how to train the puppies at the early stage. So by the time they went through the program, the dogs were ready then to be taken from the women and put through the proper program, so they went out to the police or wherever they had to go, start the main training with them. But it built up the self-esteem of the women, and it's showing that. And as well, it's giving them a chance in life. They're going through schooling or the programs what they need to go through to heal. And at the end, it's also given them another wonderful chance. As I've said, well, we're short of dog trainers right across the board. And so the training they're getting from here means that they can also go on to get their certificates for dog training because they have had some experience doing this, and they can work in pet shops. They can set up their own obedience training programs and stuff because they're being taught by the people who are training the dogs to go to our police departments and stuff, or the ones that certainly in the States. So it's a wonderful program, and that's why I advocate so highly for the animals, because being part Indigenous too, the animals were really our allies back then. Yes, we had to hunt them for food and clothing, but we also respected the animals. They taught us things. We had different names for different animals. They showed us how to socialize. They did many things. It's how we patterned our lifestyle, was off the animals. And we worked in a cooperative way. And that's why a lot of the Indigenous people today have this ability to work with the animals. And that's why today we have what you call maybe the dog whisperer or the horse whisperer. And again, on the prisons, another suggestion, and what they're doing in the States, they've put some of their more model prisoners out on a ranch to work with the horses in the same similar program with the horses. This is working very successfully to getting them out of the programs and back into our society as well. But when I mentioned, as I said, about putting what happens when women, Indigenous women, a few hundred years ago were sexually assaulted, or the children, they were just banished out to the wilderness, and of course they were taught, as small children, how to survive. And for me, I just feel that maybe this is what might be one suggestion for these very ungrateful people who are not happy for what they have. Like, I'm just happy that I've got a roof over my head, I've got a warm bed, and I've got food in my belly, even though, unfortunately, the food today is skyrocketing in price. But there's many things that we can do, and many suggestions that I can come up with to help. And this is why I put this out, and myself, you'll hear more stories on the abuse, and certainly some of the bullying that I've experienced and the abuse from males in my lifetime were pretty horrific. I've been able to heal from it, and again, this is why I'm so thankful I have my service dog Heidi, because she helps me in healing from this and helps me walk through every day of my life right now. And I hope whatever life I have left at 70, that she's going to give me the best years of my life right now after all that abuse. So again, there's a lot to be talked about, It's not the end of it yet. But everyone, have a nice day, and we shall talk again soon. And take care, and be safe, and make sure you keep watching your surroundings, and have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.